sealed box Commander from Commander's Brew. This is made possible because of the generous donations from our Patreons at patreon.com/commandersbrew. Consider donating if you want us to make more content just like this. Each player opens one full box of Magic cards. You help us brew the deck. The 99 have to be made up of only what we open, but the Commander, that can be anybody. This box, War of the Spark.
Alright, so for our RAR, we got single combat. Each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacks the rest. Players can't cast creature or planeswalker spells until your next turn.
Okay.
Interesting.
Bit of a sweeper.
Kind of like a pseudo board wiper.
It got criticism because you don't get to cast,
Stuff after.
you don't get to go next. But
Yeah.
a powerful card for sure.
I got a Kesmina.
Yeah, we should highlight all the many planeswalkers.
Yeah, you're gonna get so many on this one, yeah.
So we'll just maybe have a
put the-
stack of like uncommon planeswalkers there.
chaff.
Oh, the chaff.
I gotta be honest, I think you should by now go into red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
based
yeah,
on
it's strong.
Based on this. We got Huatli. There's another one. And Bolas's Citadel. That is strong. That is a strong pull.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5,
That's
6. You may look at the top card of your library anytime.
Please, can anyone but Alice?
yeah, it's just
Okay, I got this. Look at the top card of your library anytime. You can play it. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its CMC rather than pay its CMC. And then you can tap it, sack 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life.
Whoa.
Ooh, it's spicy. I like
so
that
good.
pull.
I
Yeah.
love that card.
I
Yeah.
love that card.
Yeah, that's in my Endrixar right now. It's just like, it's just a house.
What a great
It's a house.
design, like both flavor and like actual game design. It's so fun.
Flavor and function.
So I've got
Yeah.
Gateway Plaza. That's some fixing there.
Nice.
Sort of at cost.
I mean, that's probably useful.
Yeah.
Fixing
we
will
got,
be improved.
Ral, Conduit, Storm Conduit.
Good one. Yeah, very
We're
good
looking
one.
So
at
copying.
some spells.
Copying some
okay.
spells. Copy some spells.
This one's going to be the most. To me, this will be. There's no like.
Here's
like
a
down the line
Leyline Prowler.
synergies.
Add 1 mana of any color. If I'm in Golgari. So that's
You know what I mean? Like, there's no like hard
Jaya.
jills here or anything like that.
Right.
We got Blast Zone. So that's a way to potentially clear the board.
Yeah, you have to manage it to see how many counters are on it. But there's a lot of
Yeah.
proliferate in this set.
Yeah.
It's a good card. It's a good way to get rid of stuff, especially if you're in some colors that don't normally do that. If you're in blue green, it's like get out. Like,
Yeah.
Ashiok. That's
That one's great.
Graveyard.
yeah,
House.
Graveyard Hake.
Yeah.
Oh, Feather! Feather.
Oh, nice.
Good. That's the quality Boros Commander. I was actually
Yeah.
hoping to pull one of these out of this box.
For your
so-
personal
For my
collection.
personal use. for my
Sure,
personal use.
sure.
So
I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be able to just stick the 2 colors with what I pull.
sealed boxes, obviously, we're going to have to make some house rules, and probably we should make no graveyard hate one of the house rules. Do you know what I mean? Like
We
just
should probably make actually physically punch Alistair
wow,
regularly.
Oh my God. Wow, this is
There's
fun.
some fixing there with New Horizons.
A lot of good fixing. I forgot about this.
Choose one. Oh, here's a I'm sure I'll find lots. Here's a Gil Globe that'll fix me temporarily.
I mean,
But,
useful. You
useful.
don't need fixing too long.
Here's Jang Yangu.
Oh.
And Living Twister. Discard a land card. It deals 2 damage to any target. Pay a green. Return a tap land you control to its owner's hand.
Turn your lands into damage. It's a fine finisher near the end, but it's hard to use it in a utility manner.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to throw lands at one player in Commander.
I mean, I don't remember if there's any way to get your lands back out of the graveyard in this set.
More the strike. No, I don't.
I almost feel like that was a Modern Horizons card that they put in this set.
Arlen, Voice of the Pack. And commence the end game. The spell can't be countered. Draw 2 cards that amass X, where X is the number of cards in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, and instant
Those
speed.
draw cards are always going to be good. I
But
think.
so far, it feels like Dan's like way behind Sean and I. You know what I mean?
I definitely have fewer cards currently.
Yes.
Currently, I have way fewer cards. Mana Geode, add 1 mana of any color. That'll be useful.
A lot of fixing in this set.
This set did have a lot of
Yes,
fixing
it
now
did,
that
yeah.
I see it.
I know, yeah.
Paradise Druid, add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah.
Green's going to be
for those.
pretty
Yeah,
pretty
green.
useful if I
It'd be
can fit it in.
sad if you don't draw a lot of good green
Kiora,
stuff.
Behemoth Beckoner. Deliver unto evil. Choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. If you control a bolus planeswalker, probably not, return those cards to your hand. Otherwise, an opponent chooses 2 of them. Leave the chosen cards in your graveyard and put the rest in your hand, and then exile it. Interesting.
It's an interesting discussion because you would normally say that in a commander deck every card is great. So give me 2 out of 4 great cards. But you might not have only great cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping some of our playables are just pure garbage. Like, for sure.
Well, I gotta put something in this deck. Got Teo Shield Mage, gives me hexproof, and I can minus it to create a wall. And Flip, the Lost. Yeah, that's kind of a fun sort of like a meme of a card. It's kind of like not necessarily.
I mean, it replaces itself, and in this format, I think that'll be useful.
I think you can play him.
Yeah.
Sealed Box Commander.
Sealbox Commander.
Sealbox Commander.
2019.
SBC.
Wait, it's still 2019, right?
This year, as far as I know.
How they release the core sets makes me confused as to what year it is until the year actually changes.
Because I spend more time looking at Magic cards than newspapers.
And the calendar.
Return to Nature, that's some pretty useful removal.
Yeah.
That's good removal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how deep
Another
is the
mana
enchantment
shield.
and artifact
exactly.
removal.
Yeah.
Not that deep.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
Your artifacts are gonna stick.
A Johnny the Great-Hearted. I was looking for my uncommon Planeswalker, and I was like, oh no, there's a rare Planeswalker, so I don't get that one.
Which one's this?
Creatures you control have Vigilance. +1, you gain 3 life. -2, put a +1 counter on each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each other Planeswalker you control.
And if you've got any proliferate going on, that would be extremely powerful.
No. Let's see what else we got here. We got. This Neoform is interesting. As an additional cost, sack creature, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus what you sacked. It's kind of like
Good tutor.
Interesting.
Yeah, and tutor's actually in
And
this
then
format.
Teferi Time Raveler.
Oh, there's the money.
Yeah, totally.
Here comes the money.
Each opponent can cast spells only anytime they can cast a sorcery. Until your next turn, you may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment.
No
to
more
its own hand.
counters.
Yeah.
More counter spells.
Yeah.
Once
And
to
then
frenzy.
I've got Spark Double. So what's better than 1 Teferi? Well, actually, I don't know.
make 2
Having
of them.
most of
And with
them,
all these
or-
planeswalkers, you could copy any planeswalker.
There's going to be a good target for it.
The thing about Spark Double that I have always forgotten until recently looking it up is that it's only your own stuff.
Yes.
So that's like the downside of it.
Yeah, again, we're in that balance where like your stuff,
Your stuff's going to be the best stuff for
But-
your own, like,
Yeah,
for
for
your
what
own
you're doing.
synergies.
but not all your stuff is great in this format.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
like there's times where like none of my stuff is worth Spark Double.
Jaya, I've got another.
For him, I think it probably will be just because of the
And then
number of
Vivian's
planeswalkers.
Arc Bow. Pay X, tap it, discard a card. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in any order.
Interesting.
Or a random order. Interesting. I mean,
Depends
is
how
this
many creatures.
if I go like a planeswalkery sort of route, I don't know how useful that would be. Interesting
Yeah.
though.
And I kind of like.
I got a
still end up
foil
paying
augur of
for it.
bullets. If I'm deep into instants and sorceries, that would be good.
Kind of just gets you around
Who knows?
counter spells. Yeah.
I would hope, for me anyway, that you would do an all planeswalker, no creature deck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no creatures.
Nothing to
whatsoever.
block.
Like
Yeah.
a hard rule.
Yeah. That's a
All
house rule.
planeswalkers, no lands, no.
Oh my god, manaless planeswalkers? I love that.
You just look at so many
But here's
cards.
a Death Sprout, destroy target creature, search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield. That'll be. I mean, I've got some like good fixing and removal in Golgari, so that might inform
Yeah,
some.
and
That's
if
the
we're
best.
looking at your planeswalkers,
Oh, and
there,
here's my commander here, Mowu. He's a good boy.
yeah,
He's a good boy. He
Very
is.
good
It's a
boy.
loyal
Yeah.
companion.
Yeah. So probably
Mowu
not.
to
but-
go with
oh, here's
Janging.
Davriel. He was brought up earlier. The discarding
People discard,
discarding
like,
guy. And then role reversal. Exchange control of 2 target permanents that share the same type.
You're gonna have a hard time deciding what to do.
I know.
It's like,
I
you're
don't
all
know.
over the map. There's not like
Yeah.
where are you leaning
Heals.
towards?
I don't know.
Everything
I
is
have
great
absolutely
here.
no idea. So we'll have to sort of see what else we kind of pull.
At this point, I would consider just snap conceding.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna take my cards and go home. We got Dovin's Veto. That's a good counter.
Powerful counterspell.
Good counter. Sahili, Sublime Artificer.
Soft spot in my heart for Sahili.
And then God, Eternal Bontu.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, I've got Bolus's Citadel, and that God, Eternal Bontu is good.
Yeah.
So that's some solid
Praise
solid
be to
options
Bontu.
in black.
Praise be to
Still-
Bontu. Yeah.
Still stunting hard for Bontu over here.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare anyone?
What we got Emergent Zone. That's nice. You can
yeah.
pay one, sacrifice it. You can cast spells as though they had flash. And we've got another
Oh, another
double
one.
row.
Doesn't help.
That doesn't
help
happen
a lot.
often. Getting
No.
2 of the same rare in a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good one. I think that's, I mean, just value-wise, I'm pretty sure that's getting a little bit of play.
Well, there's that combo with this and the one Alstrop and that expansion explosion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Other
yeah.
combos.
Yeah, because if you get it, you can infinitely copy it, and every time you copy one, Ral does a point to your opponent. So you just loop that until they're dead.
Interesting.
Liliana Dreadhorde General. Man, I'm getting
looking
pulled into
strong.
black here. Getting pulled right
Black
in.
is looking strong.
Yeah, black is looking
and
real
with this
good.
Golgari stuff, maybe there's some kind of something. And there's always Mowu too. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
You like dogs.
if
they're
you're
just like
Golgari,
he's a good boy.
if you're Golgari, you do have access to that green landfall proliferate, so you can help proliferate on your Planeswalkers.
Echo? No.
No.
No, that's DMX. Who am I thinking?
Echo Mage is DMX.
Yeah.
The rapper
Look at
Yeah,
Echo Mage.
that's DMX.
DMX.
Something Sage. Echo Sage.
Tybalt. When your
Yeah.
opponents
Sure.
can't gain life, create a devil.
The good
Yeah,
Tybalt.
And then I've
No
got
life gain. That's the big part of that one.
yeah.
I was hoping you would
Dread
open
Horde
this.
Invasion. At the beginning of your upkeep, lose 1 life and amass 1. Whenever a zombie token you control with power 6 or greater attacks, it gains lifelink.
I just want to point the synergy between that and commence the end game. You can instant speed amass X, so then you can be like, oh, attack with my 3/3 thing. It's like block it. It's like, oh, too bad.
No,
It's a
it's
7/7, and I think you missed the life gain trigger. Whenever zombie control attacks,
Yeah.
they have to be big during the declare attacks to get that life gain bonus. But surprise bigness
Yeah.
is pretty
It's
good.
always
decent.
huge.
Pretty
Huge.
decent.
Still
Pretty
bigness.
decent. Pretty decent.
Surprise
Yeah.
bigness is still bigness.
Bigness is bigness. Oh yes, thank you.
Oh man,
The hero of the people.
Yeah.
You're
Organizing
always-
the cards.
some good cards here. To be honest, this is making me think that you're the heavy second favorite after me.
I don't like that you keep calling me heavy. I don't like that. Kaya, your opponents and permanents you control with hexproof can be the targets of spells and abilities you control as though they didn't have hexproof.
One of the best.
Exile
ones.
target creature. That's
2 exiles,
Interesting,
and with
interesting.
proliferate, multiple exiles.
Yeah.
Ravnica at War, exile all multicolored permanents.
Ooh, bad for old Guild Gates over here.
Yeah, bad for Dr. Gilgates.
Yeah, Dr. Gilgates.
I will say this: the out of the course at 2020, I don't have a lot of multicolored
Yeah,
cards.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to work.
But
hard
that
to-
doesn't hit any lands, right?
True.
No, no,
Lands have no
are-
color.
Have no color anyways. But yeah, that's arguably probably worse for yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard on Alistair and yourself in this format.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Ooh, D-Spark. That's pretty good
a good
removal
one, yeah.
right there. Prison Realm, that's not bad removal too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
It's
Great.
not a
Classic.
Jace!
Which Jace?
Wielder of Mysteries.
Oh,
The one where if you would draw a card while your library has no cards, the self-mill one, you win the game instead. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard, draw a card. Draw 7 cards, then if your library has no cards, you win the game.
yeah.
Graveyard
So,
synergy.
I don't
It's
see
the
I
new
don't see
Batman.
that as a
Sean's graveyard
functional
hate
we-
might
yeah.
be real.
no.
Yeah, I know.
Ashiok is the best graveyard. hit.
Yes.
Like just clear graveyard over and over. Now yours. Now yours.
Yeah.
I guess it's not.
It's not like-
not better than Leyline.
Yeah.
But it's a very effective graveyard hate nonetheless.
Pharaoh statue. Oh, another Ashiok.
I thought for a second it was Ugin.
No. God Pharaoh's statue is what you saw. Spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life.
I mean, that's
interesting. Slow people
eventual
down.
inevitability and annoying AF.
Widespread brutality, amass 2, then the army you amass deals damage equal to its power to each non-army creature. That could be a bit of a board wipe.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulls into Grixis.
Yeah.
Because I feel if you're going to go amass, you have to include blue for commence the
Yeah.
end game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's foolish, but like right now this is looking like you're gonna play black and
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Yeah. It's a bit of pull into blue, maybe a pull into white just with Kaya and the D-Spark. And
We got Fob Nixilis, that's another
Teferi.
black one. Destroy target creature. Its controller draws 2 cards, so you can do that to yourself to draw.
Yeah,
It's
to
not
like
really a
little
problem.
creatures you don't care about.
Got New Neheb. Whenever this one attacks or deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you may discard any number of cards. If you do draw that many cards and add that much red mana until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Do I have a red pile? No, that's
That's
my
your first mono red.
rare.
Rare.
Well, what did I say? I called it. He's going into red, right off the top.
have strong pull into
Strong.
This is tough for you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, hopefully I've got some good proliferate stuff in my commons and uncommons that we have.
Blue and the green, no doubt you've got
Death
blue and the green.
Sprout. Did I already pull the Death Sprout? Yeah, I've already pulled the Death Sprout, so I'll pull it again. We've got Samut. I think I've pulled, and another. Oh no, this is a different one. Finale of Revelation. It's just the art is so similar. So
I always mix those up because of the art. Yeah.
Draw X cards if X is 10 or more. Instead, shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no max hand size for the rest of the game.
That's
That'd be
great.
tough to, I mean, like, how plentiful is the ramp? You know what I mean? That's...
Well, okay, but the other question is how fast will it be? Like maybe the ramp
True,
isn't
maybe it's
plentiful,
just
but
long
like
enough.
everyone's
Yeah.
got 11 lands.
Maybe this is going to be a 4-hour game.
Yeah.
It might
Because
be.
all of our cards are...
All lands will be in play.
Yeah. Maybe we should start this game at 30 life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to play. I've never seen this format before.
No.
I'm excited to try it out.
Sealed box. SPC.
I almost feel like I want to play a couple games and like try different configurations because we all could go a couple ways with our decks.
Yeah, it's true.
Like it would be a shame. It would be a shame to finish the games and one deck never got off its feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in
I
reality...
haven't pointed this one out yet.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But since I'm being pulled so heavily into black, Spark Harvest is a pretty
Spark
good,
Harvest is
pretty good
good.
removal.
Yeah.
Pretty good removal.
Yeah.
His Planeswalkers...
got
we've seen
Dovin.
Planeswalkers be opened here.
And then Soul Diviner. Remove a counter from an artifact, creature, land, or planeswalker you control. Draw a card.
That can be
Very
very
And
strong.
I'm looking strong in Dimir.
That's a very
so,
good card.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
How much you have to pay for that?
tap.
Just tap it.
Yeah, just tap.
Yeah, no, man, that's good.
And so, like, if you can, I mean, Johnny puts you 4 colors, but your Dreadhorde Invasion is getting you counters every turn. If you have any proliferate, that's just free. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I am curious what we're gonna do about house ruling for like fixing stuff, like whether we can all use evolving wilds or something like that. Because it's true,
Do I
it's
have
like
Arlen out here already? I do. Yeah.
really we're talking about.
Oh, how about another commence the end game?
Doesn't help.
Doesn't help.
Surprising amount. I wonder if the double rares we're seeing is a function of how they stacked the Planeswalkers.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they changed their math.
It's true. You don't really see it that often.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen it before, but yeah, you're right. It's not that often.
Foils aside, like that's
Yes.
another game. But these are 2 unfoiled duplicates of rares.
Yeah.
There's only really like out of your 40 lands, there's only for each of us going to be an extra like
And another Spark Double.
3 or 4 cards
The other was
that
foiled.
aren't
The other's foiled, yeah.
like 3 or 4 cards that aren't just basic lands, right? Like because we can't duplicate guild gates or anything else, and it's like
That's a discussion we have to figure out whether we're just going to grant every player like a command tower, an evolving and a terramorphic, for example.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to figure out if we're
This
going
would be, I think, playable in this just because I'm probably going to have so many Planeswalkers, but can just proliferate, draw a card. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like just,
heck yeah.
Like I think that'd end up pretty good in this hypothetical deck that I'm building.
It will become a reality.
Another
soon.
D-Spark, that's pretty nice just to
Not
have.
helpful.
Good removal. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
but Just sort of, Kaya Bane of the Dead, I've already got one of those. Command the Dreadhorde.
Whoa.
Choose any number of
That's gonna be
target
good against your deck.
Target creature and or planeswalker cards in graveyards. Command the Dreadhorde deals damage to you equal to the total command amount of those cards, and then put them onto the battlefield under your control.
So
And I've got good ways also to play this as instant speed. It's sorcery, but because of Teferi may not end up, and may end not.
Here's what, like, if you might want to consider white if you open a Sorin, because the Sorin static gives all your creatures lifelink, which is the only way you're going to get enough life to take advantage of.
Also,
this.
Teo and Command the Dreadhorde, we know that combo, right?
Well, not Teo, the Wanderer.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
The Wanderer, and yes, if you don't open a Wanderer.
Oh, if you don't open a Wanderer, that's a burn.
A huge burn.
Right, because the Wanderer prevents
bring one from
damage.
home.
This does damage.
That means
to
you just get everything.
Okay, we've got Vraska. And whenever a creature with Death Touch deals damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. And -2, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch, and whenever this deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Oh, I was leaning into much. And I've got Parhelion 2. Where's my
Yeah, it's a great one.
That is
It's kind of fun.
That card is strong.
Gotta have those creatures, though. Gotta have those.
You gotta brew
yeah.
it. You gotta brew it.
4. I mean,
Cannot-
your amass army will eventually.
That's
be
right. I'll probably
yeah.
have a big token
Zombie
thing.
driving an air tank.
Love it. With angels flying out of it. It's so good. I love it.
Hey, can we get out here?
Then we've got Narset.
It's not even one zombie, too. It's like 8 zombies driving it. It's like a
That's
zombie
right. It's an army. All
Yeah,
driving.
And
Me work.
My turn.
so Narset, each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. Relevant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library.
That is
order.
a kill on sight.
And Massacre Girl.
Wow.
So
Strong black.
Yeah, you
Strong
definitely
black,
go black.
Strong blue.
Yeah.
And the best part about Massacre Girl in this deck is it won't hit any of your planes.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it could be just sort
Although,
of
like, Massacre Girl, you definitely need to, like, be able to start it
you
up.
want to
right?
have a 1/1 that you can kill.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be a problem. I just have a feeling
Based
because
on
like
what's
we're
gonna be
talking based on what we're seeing. Like if I'm gonna have that reassembling skeleton go around, but sack outlets ruin Massacre Girl's plan.
So Interplanar
yeah,
Beacon, whenever you cast a Planeswalker spell, gain 1 life, and I can use it to fix for Planeswalker spells.
Yeah, very good.
That'll be great. That'll be
Super,
great.
but, pretty good in this. Do I have a Samut out already? Yes, I do. Another Blast Zone. Yeah, lots of doubles.
Lots of
doubles.
non-foil rare doubles. Peculiar.
Yeah. Should we return the box?
Yeah. I'm sorry, my magic cards were defective.
so-
Put them back in the pack.
Yeah, yeah.
That, right?
Just glue the packs back together. And Sorin.
There he is.
There he is.
That
There's
makes the
Sorin.
life
I
game
know.
go.
Oh man, where's
That
my?
makes the black,
it is.
white,
Well, you
blue
do have a
deck
planeswalker pile separately. I don't
yeah.
know if it
a pretty
belongs.
strong.
And it's recursion for small creatures.
Yeah. Yeah. You still get some back. Too.
And this one, you're right. As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. +2, Sorin deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. -X, return target creature with CMC X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types.
Recursion, I have a feeling removal will be a little bit limited. So I think powerful creatures and recursion will be very effective.
Yeah.
Lazatep
Totally.
plating will be pretty good protection. Amass 1, you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn.
We've seen some very powerful targeted removal spells. To blanket with a 1 and a blue is going to hurt.
And we've
Yeah.
got Angreth. Creatures you control have menace, -2, amass 2. I don't know if I'm going to end up with red in this. Probably not, but says Levy. Ooh, this will be useful if I go white. Ignite the beacon. Search your library for up to 2 planeswalker cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library.
Yes, it will.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Very much like
if
a sea
boy.
wanderer here.
this hypothetical black-white, like
on,
with
give me a
Sorin, like
wanderer.
it'll help you get your Sorin out to give
Yeah.
you the life to use.
Now, here's the question though: do you go blue because of these pretty good blue cards, or do you go green for the fixing?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
question.
Yeah.
Are you giving up too much by going
Getting-
with green,
getting
but
greedy.
getting that
Firemind
mana
Vessel,
base?
that's some good, that'll be some good fixing and ramp
Yeah.
for me.
Ooh.
And
Well,
just tap, add
yeah.
2 different colors.
Yeah, Firemind, that's
This
great.
set is
Here's-
strong.
Nihiri. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have first strike and equip abilities you activate cost 1 less to cast. I don't foresee equipment being part of this at all.
There was no equipment in this set.
Nihiri deals X damage to target tapped creature. Pay X for it. Okay, so it's Removal, and God Eternal Kefnet. Oh man, flying. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whether you reveal it, whenever you reveal an instance or sorcery card this way, copy that card, and you may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast.
It might not. It might like you might not even get any cards really good enough to have Kefnet cast for free or whatever.
Yeah.
But just the fact that that's a creature that we can never get rid of,
it
might just be good enough.
Yeah,
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, because it just goes back to my library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have to mill it somehow.
Or
Yeah.
counter it.
Or counter it.
Countering or milling.
Let's hope we don't have to ferry out, because then...
Yeah.
I've got Cruel Celebrant as an uncommon for a sort of
more of a
aristocrat.
Some
I
deck
don't
out
see
there
that
wants that
deck.
card.
Not this
I
one.
don't see that deck either.
The Wanderer.
There's the Wanderer.
Prevent all non-count damage that would be dealt to you and permanents you control. Exile target creature with power 4 or greater.
That's the combo we referred to earlier, because Command the Dreadhorde, you select all the creatures and planeswalkers from graveyards, then this deals damage to you. The Wanderer prevents that damage,
Right.
so you get to have everything
You get your
and
cake.
not pay for it,
Yeah.
unless we can instant speed remove that before this resolves.
Yeah.
And then we've got Plane-Wide Celebration. Choose 4. You may choose the same mode twice or more than once. Create a 2/2 citizen. That's all colors. Return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Proliferate. You gain 4 life. I do have a pile of mono green.
I mean, that's if you want proliferate, that's a good one.
Proliferate 4 times. Nasty.
Only a couple. It feels like black blue is but up in the white too. Black
It's
blue
so
white. I wonder if we
hard.
can go 3 color. But you're right about the fixing. It makes it so hard. The joy is though, it does seem
No,
like
I've
you
already
won't
got a
have
grass
any
creature, don't I?
creatures
Yeah,
to
grass,
block
yeah.
your planeswalkers here.
And I've got a Dreadhorde Butcher.
You are going to need some way to protect your
something.
Well, he's got some good removal.
I've got some good creatures, you know.
There
so,
are common and uncommon creatures as
What?
well.
We're allowed to use those?
whenever Dreadhorde Butcher deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on Dreadhorde Butcher. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. I
like you're not in
don't
that here.
see red.
Yeah.
It's hard to pull that off in a 100-card deck too, because you want that early.
No.
It's funny that one of the best ways to get rid of a God Eternal is in this set. The Kesmina's transmutation.
Oh, yeah.
Turning into a 1/1.
That's what we were talking about right there,
Yeah.
the green one.
Wait?
That's the card we couldn't think of. Evolution.
Oh, yeah, when a
Solution
land
Sage.
enters, proliferate. Yeah.
That's a very playable card.
If I end up having green.
There's also the blue one, obviously. Flux.
That's not a
Flux
return.
Channeler.
Flux Channeler, is that it?
Another Kesmina. I already have one. Yeah. And another Vivian Zarko.
I think you now have all of the planeswalkers.
Except for Ugin.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about Ugin.
Oh,
I have the
uncommons.
uncommons.
Uncommons, yeah.
Pretty sure you have all of them.
I don't know what they all are.
It's one of every color and one of every... Oh, no.
The last pack. What do we got? We got another Narset.
Narset's
And
worth some
another
money.
feather.
Wow.
Lots of doubling up there.
Okay, well.
Duplicates.
It'd be nice to have got a few more options out of it, but I think I've still got a good
You got
deck
some
here, man.
great stuff there.
Well, the obvious question is like, do you just run Atraxa? Because we're already thinking that the red's not that great. So
No.
like, you got all those other colors.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a very obvious. I need to sort of like do a bit more research to know what
Yeah.
other commanders might be useful for planeswalkers.
And if you do, like, I mean, the risk, Atraxa is easy with a regular commander deck because you get to take advantage of all the fixing that has counters on it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
in this case, like, you're a bit limited in your fixing.
So
You might not even need Atraxa just with like Flux Channeler and what's that card called?
Evolution Sage.
Evolution Sage.
Sage,
Those are little Atraxas themselves, kind of. With
Kind of proliferate, yeah.
proliferate engines. So black's looking super strong. Blue's looking very strong. If I can squeeze the white into there, that'd be great.
Like an Esper. Like
Green would help with the fixing, but I don't know if it's if the green's there in terms of the power level of the actual green card.
You're going to say goodbye to Mo?
You know, I might have him as my deck's mascot.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
he would just
yeah.
kind of exist as my
Yeah,
wish
yeah,
sideboard. you know?
Or which sideboard?
Very good, though. You got a lot of options here, Dan. Very solid.
Yeah.
This was a very strong set.
This is
Yeah.
a strong set.
We are going to need to remember all of these static abilities.
That's the box. Let us know how you'd brew with this and which commander you'd want to use. Watch for this deck to play against the other decks from this series in an upcoming episode of Battle of the Brews. See you then.